The second book of the 5 books of the Torah, which is called in Hebrew Shemais, generally known as Numbers. In fact, the Ramban, great commentator on the Talmud and on the Chumash and the Torah in general, he calls it Sefer HaGeula, the book of redemption. Obviously, the reason for that is because it tells us the story of the children of Jacob, the Jewish people, going into Egypt and then being released from Egypt. So it's the book of redemption. But is it just historically, or is it more than that? Let's discuss it soon. But prior to that, Mizmor l'soida riel adenu koloretz ivdu es adenu v'simcha boi lefanu b'nonu duk adenu elim hu osanu v'la nachla amma v'tzom arisoi boi yishor b'soida chatzroise b'sila hoidu levach shmoi kitoi v'adenu l'olam chazdoi v'yadoi v'dor emunasoi. Let us give some tzedakah together with our prayers for the well-being of all the soldiers, for the well-being of all the Jews in Israel. My friends, you've noticed that I've been in Israel, and I have to tell you, there's a lot of suffering going on. I've met quite a few soldiers, and many of them are really struggling. So pray for them. Whatever you can do, you do for them. But the prayer is definitely important. So here is the idea what I started saying about the book of Shemais. In general, we have 3 stages. Prior to the giving of the Torah, the time of the receiving of the Torah, and then the ultimate time, the time of Mashiach. This is also reflected in the dialogue between God and Moshe Rabbeinu regarding Abraham. Where God told Moshe Rabbeinu, "For Avram, I revealed myself to Abraham," etc. And they only related to the name Shin Daled Yud. You have seen the revelation of the name Yud Kei Vav Kei. Now, many commentators about it, but I just want to share with you a thought, a tiny synopsis of a lengthy talk the Rebbe gave in 1992. Abraham represents the era of the awareness of godliness, how God is present, how God created the world. That's how Avraham came to recognize, to know of God. He just simply stipulated, there is a world, somebody made it. So there's got to be God. So this is what means the name Shin Daled Yud, God who creates the world. But then comes the second stage. Moshe Rabbeinu. The time of Moshe Rabbeinu is what? Rabbeinu, our teacher. What is he teaching us? Obviously, he's teaching us the Torah. Torah's Moshe Avdi. Moshe Kibel Torah Misinai. Moshe is the one who received the Torah on Sinai, and he transmitted it to us. Moshe Rabbeinu represents the reality of Torah in this world, which is what happened on Mount Sinai when God fused with the world, where the divine and the mundane, the infinite and the finite, the godly and the material connect. This is the era of Matan Torah, which is represented by the name of Yud Kei Vav Kei. Yud Kei Vav Kei, which represents God beyond any time limitation, past, present, and future, all in one, which is beyond the world, but at the same time, there is a notion of time, because we say past, present, and future. So it's a kind of a fusion of the infinite and the finite. But then comes the ultimate, where the finite will be totally revealing, will be totally permeated with the reality of godliness. And when we're going to look at finite, we will see infinite. Says the Rebbe, Shemois, Va'era, and Boy. Those two Torah portions. First one, Shemois. There we talk about what? About exile. Darkness. That's prior to Matan Torah. Va'era, where God says, I reveal to you the name of Yud-Kei Vav-Kei. This represents the time of having received the Torah. Boy, God says, come with me to the inner chambers of Paroi, to the inner chambers of where everything is revealed. That's the time of Mashiach. And please Hashem, we're ready for Boy.